When I came into the department as Attorney General, the President made it clear that one of his top priorities to reduce violent crime in the United States was to destroy MS-13 in the United States. And what we've been in here discussing with the President is part of that effort, which is a Project Vulcan, or Task Force Vulcan, which is targeting the higher level players in the MS-13 operations in the United States. MS-13 is somewhat unique in this sense. They have the street savagery that you would see in a gang. It is not driven by commercial interests, the way, for example, the mafia traditionally was. It's about honor of being the most savage, bloodthirsty person you can be and building up a reputation as a killer. So this in some ways is a death cult. And then they use the terror that they cause by their savagery to extort. And they've gotten increasingly into human trafficking and now narcotics trafficking. But that's a sidelight to some extent to their basic purpose, which is violence and terrorizing people. Also, unlike a street gang, they're highly organized as a transnational organization. They operate with hierarchy, with programs. They call them programs. Think of it as a crime family, essentially. And then under each program, they have different cliques. They have programs and cliques operating in the United States. While their center of gravity is in Central America, there are thousands that have come into the United States illegally. They're virtually all illegal aliens. They come in now, although it's harder to get across the border, but traditionally they've come across the border into Houston and then fanned out across the United States into different centers of activity. Today, we were talking with the President about 3 actions we took. Melgar Diaz was indicted in the Eastern District of Virginia. First time we've used terrorism charges against a member of MS-13. He was responsible for activities in 13 states, 20 cliques in the United States. He was also the person who would greenlight assassinations in the United States. The orders come from El Salvador, or the request to assassinate people go down to El Salvador, and he would greenlight the hit. We also took down, this was an HSI case in Las Vegas. We took down the Hollywood clique, which operated not only in Nevada, but also in California and in the Eastern District of New York, again, Long Island. And we took down 21 members and the leadership of that organization. And then finally, these are the New York indictees. And then finally, I announced that we are going to seek the death penalty against Alexei Sayans, who is a leader in the Eastern District of New York, a leader of MS-13 there. The President made a trip to Brentwood, New York, earlier in his administration, and he met with the families of victims that had been killed by MS-13, including the family of 2 young girls who were butchered with machetes. And the person that we are seeking the death penalty against was involved in those murders, as well as the murder of 2 African Americans who they just saw on the street and thought they were from a rival gang and just butchered. So those are the actions we're taking. There's more coming as we can target the leadership of MS-13. We're working very closely with the El Salvadorians on this. They've been very cooperative, and we have the HSI and the FBI with operations down in El Salvador.
We will make America great again.